when it comes to nuclear energy, people that are familiar with the science and technology really do emphasize the energy density. That's something that we very constantly are pointing out. And the reason why it's so important to think about energy density is that if you have an energy source that's very dense, then that means you don't need a lot of materials to get that energy. You can get a lot of energy out for a very small amount of materials. And that's huge. And the reason why that's huge is if you only need a small amount of materials, you don't need to do a lot of mining. You don't need to do a lot of milling and smelting and manufacturing and transportation. And you don't need a huge footprint. You don't need to take up a whole lot of nature to deploy that energy source. And then there's only a tiny amount of waste. So the more mining and milling and manufacturing and transportation and waste that you create, right, just industrial accidents alone will give you a certain death rate for the energy that you get. So something that has a high energy density will give you a much lower death rate for the energy that you get for the entire cycle of that. And something that has low energy density is going to cause more. It's going to have more hazardous materials and waste that come from the manufacturing, and then finally the disposal. And so energy density provides all of the benefits that we as engineers are looking for when we design sources of energy. You want it to have a low environmental impact, you want to have it be very safe, a low death rate, and you want it to have a very small footprint. So kind of everything that you would want to be environmentally friendly, sustainable, and safe, that's nuclear energy in spades. And it all comes back to energy density.